I know that puzzles are already supposed to be like a game, but have you ever played a game within a puzzle? This one is CSI Crime Scene Investigation, obviously. Puzzle game. So you're supposed to solve the puzzle, and I think after that you solve the crime. I'm not sure. I've never done one of these. This is my first time. But yes, this was secondhand. So I was gifted it, donated it, and hopefully every piece is there and we will be able to solve this crime. Let's do it. As a rookie CSI, you accompany CSI Level 3 Catherine Willows to the upscale home of Tim and Vivian Elliott in Summerlin, Nevada. It's a lovely, spacious home, and a uniformed officer leads you back to the large kitchen. Captain Jim Brass, who arrived before you and has already gotten part of the story, meets you there. It is early afternoon. Meet Vivian Elliott, Brass says. Affluent housewife stabbed once in the abdomen. Intruder, maybe? A home invasion gone awry? Catherine says. Whatever the case, the late Miss Elliott put up a real fight. Looks like a war zone in here. Who found the body? A neighbor, Monica Campbell. They often had coffee together in the afternoon. I didn't see anybody in the house. Brass gestures with a pointer finger. Miss Campbell's at her home next door, pretty shaken up. Well, this is not their usual coffee clatch. What in the world is a clatch? I've never heard of that. How did our neighbor enter the crime scene? Back door. She came in, saw the body, ran home to call 911. Just stayed in her home and waited for the good guys to show up. That would be us. Anyone else home? Nope. The husband, Tim, has a computer job at the Sphere. We've got an officer going to collect him now. Children? Couple is childless, Brass says. The neighbor says there's a handyman who lives in the room over the garage out back, but there's no sign of him anywhere. There's an APB out on him, one Frank Dayton. The neighbor gave you his name? That's right, Kath. Dayton's done some odd jobs for her, too. Guy's kind of a neighborhood staple. This is a nice home. It's an upscale neighborhood, but they're not filthy rich. Couldn't likely afford full-time live-in help. Catherine sighs, hands on hips. She throws a look your way, then flashes a business-like smile at Brass. Well, Captain, let us get some processing done on the crime scene. Then we'll see where you're at with the husband. Glancing at his watch, Brass says, afternoon rush hour, could take some time to get him here. But I need to follow up in more detail with the Campbell woman. No rush. Judging by the condition of this kitchen, we're going to be here quite a while. Brass leaves and you're left alone in the kitchen with Catherine and the corpse of Vivian Elliott. Catherine tilts her head to the one side, offering up half a smile, and says, Okay, take it from the top, rookie. Tell me what you see. But before you can reply, Brass barges back into the room with an uncharacteristically thrown expression. What is it? Catherine asks. Brass gestures behind him with a thumb. Patrolman stopped at the convenience store a few blocks from here to grab a soda before driving to the Sphere to gather up Mr. Elliott. No law against it, but there are laws against murder. Patrolman went into the bathroom and stumbled onto our missing handyman, Frank Dayton. Turns out he's not all that handy. How so? The guy was washing blood off his hands, trying to stop a bleeding cut on his finger. A cut he couldn't explain. Arching an eyebrow, Catherine says, I presume the officer took Dayton into custody. Oh yeah, they're on their way here. Just then, another officer pauses in the hallway right outside the kitchen, with a man who has obviously been crying. The man is about 35, dressed in charcoal suit, with a white shirt, red tie, and freshly polished black dress shoes. The officer identifies his charge as Vivian Elliott's husband. You follow Catherine's lead and block the kitchen from entry, and at the same time take in the brief interview Brass conducts with the stunned husband. Mr. Elliot, Brass says. We're sorry for your loss, but we have to ask you some questions. Time is crucial in matters like this. The man nods, swallows, and bleats. I just can't believe it. Viv, she's the sweetest thing. Who could do such a evil thing? Had your wife had any disagreements with anybody lately? Would you say there was anybody with animosity toward her? Everybody loved Viv. I have to ask you, sir, where were you this afternoon? Since noon, say? Flushing with anger, his tone defensive, Elliot says, I had lunch here, right here, with Viv. I surprised her and brought her Chinese. It's her favorite. Then I was in a meeting all afternoon at the Sphere. Here were a good 20 people there. I can give you their names. Ignoring Elliot's quiet indignation, Brass says, Thank you, sir. That would be helpful. You want those names now? I just found out this horrible thing and you want me to sit down and later we'll be fine. For now, I need to ask you if you've seen any suspicious activity lately. In the neighborhood in general? Specifically, someone watching the house, door-to-door solicitation, perhaps. Phone calls with a quick hang-up when somebody answers. Maybe? Elliot shakes his head to all of this. Getting a sign from one of the uniformed officers toward the front of the house, Brass says, That'll be all for now, Mr. Elliot. The officer will take you into the other room and stay with you for a short time. Then I'll speak to you again. What am I? Under house arrest? Elliot says, outraged. Like hell, I want to see my wife. I have a right. Brass puts out a hand to stop him. I'm sorry, sir. This is a crime scene. I can't let you into the kitchen. I'm sure you don't want to compromise any evidence that would help us find the person who did this, as you say, horrible thing. Of course not. Just go with the officer and we'll be with you again shortly. All three of you can hear the man cursing to himself as the patrolman accompanies him down the hall, out of sight. A moment later, you see why Brass gave Mr. Elliot the bum's rush. Another officer comes in with a man in his late 20s wearing a sweat-soaked t-shirt, jeans, and well-worn work boots. He's got a heavy bandage around his hand and bloodstains on both his shirt and pants. Frank Dayton? The man's eyes are riveted on the body across the room. Numbly, he nods. Brass continues. The officer read you your rights. Yes. You want to tell me how you got all bloody and cut your hand? Dayton just shrugs. Brass's eyes are tight. You did this, didn't you, Frank? The handyman's head droops, but he says nothing. Turning to you two, Brass says, I have a good old-fashioned slam dunk now and then. Catherine smiles at him. Are you talking donuts or crime scenes, Jim? We're just getting started here. The rookie and I will call you when we know more about our unhappy housewife. After that, it has the clues. It says, does the boot print in the bun match anybody's shoes? Is close-up number 1. Close-up number 2. Look in the silverware drawer, not seeing anything of interest. Try your ALS, alternative light source. I think it's supposed to come with like a little black light thing, and it's not in the box. Again, this is from a thrift store, so I guess we're missing that. Close-up number 3, is it possible that there's more here than just spilled food? Okay. And close-up number 4, awfully nice house for rat poison, don't you think? And not everybody keeps poison in the kitchen, in a kitchen. Not suspicious exactly, but worth checking. And it's got like an incident report and tags, everything that is in the picture. And then a lab report. Toxicology report. Almond chicken from countertop contained a lethal dose of prussic acid. Same substance found in package of rat poison. So rat poison. an evidence item. Taken from the cupboard. Okay, and then the autopsy report. The victim received serious injuries from stab wound to upper right quadrant of abdomen, including puncturing the inferior lobe of the right lung and perforation of the diaphragm. The weapon missed all major organs. Skin around the wound showed hesitation marks. The cause of death was cyanide poisoning. So the answer is cyanide poisoning. Contents of the victim's stomach, almond chicken, tested positive for lethal amounts of prussic acid, a cyanide derivative. Okay, DNA report. Blood from towel. Matches DNA of suspect Frank Dayton. Blood from knife. Contained traces of blood from both the deceased and the suspect, Frank Dayton. Boot print from the hamburger bun matches the boot of suspect Frank Dayton. Fingerprints from knife handle, a match for suspect Frank Dayton. And then it has the solution, but apparently you have to use your UV light in order to see it. This is what the puzzle looks like. Yes, it came with an extra piece. Unfortunately, there's a puzzle out there that is missing a piece. So it shows the knives in the drawer. She's dead. The blood. The bread with the footprint. The Chinese food that the husband brought home. And then the rat poison. I think if you use a black light on this puzzle, it will give you like an answer. Unfortunately, I don't have a black light. So, anyway, so we don't actually know the solution. We won't know what the solution looks like. And so I guess it's time for us to think of our own solution. This is my solution, right? So, I'm saying the husband poisoned her. He brought the almond chicken, Chinese food. He put rat poison in the Chinese food, and it was killing her. And then the handyman, Frank Dayton, came over to do something, and he saw her in a lot of agony, and she was like, please show me mercy, like kill me, like help me, just fucking stop this, you know what I mean? So he hesitated, but he like stabbed her to help the process move along. And he was so nervous about it that he cut himself, and that's why there's blood on the towel from both him and her. But yeah, technically the husband did it. I'm gonna go with the husband did it, and the other one was just kind of like along for the ride. There you go. That's it. I have never done this before. This feels like blasphemy. But it's going back into the box so that I can donate it. Somebody else can put it together. And I've never taken apart a puzzle because that just doesn't feel right. I hang all of them. So, this is weird. I don't even know how to start. No! That's so sad. And people do this. People are just crazy. And just make it and then pull it apart. I don't like this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Happy puzzling. Should I write on the box saying that it doesn't include the little blacklight thing? Also, I'm thinking about putting the extra piece back into the box, but labeling it as extra piece? I don't know. Is that weird? Maybe I'll wait for somebody to tell me it's weird before I do it. Thanks, y'all.